Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and all in between. Brian, my brother, how's it going?
It's just dandy. How about you?
Oh, yeah. So we're going into the sequel trilogy, as it's called, episode 7. There's a lot of controversy swirling around here. Should we just start with how Disney bought Star Wars? Kathleen Kennedy fucked George and threw out a bunch of his story stuff, and then
It's it is Disney. You can feel it. You can taste it. You can smell
and Jar Jar Abrams.
it. I can't wait till we get to the J.J. Abrams Star Trek movie. I know.
But yeah. Yeah, so there's a lot of weirdness here, a lot of pressure on whoever's going to make this movie. It's the easiest thing not to screw up, though. You know what I mean?
Is it though?
Yes. Okay,
It's
I'm going to address this up front. How can you have the most epic team in film history not appear on screen together?
okay. That's for sure. Later in my notes, I said we deserve more of them. Just one shot.
Like, we should have had a sequence. Boom.
Yeah,
With everyone, and that's when Han dies and everyone's together. Han goes off, whatever, and then
Yeah, we deserve more of them. I'll die on that hill. We deserve more.
Yeah, and to be like mad at the original fan base, the Kennedy just seemed very hostile to the fan base.
Yeah, I don't know. I just there was
this closely. And the
there
fourth
is
female, and this, that, and the other, and I mean, we're gonna make everything like was actively wanting to destroy. Hates Luke Skywalker. Like, how can you hate Luke Skywalker? He's built the whole thing. You know what I mean?
It was easy money to create a scene that was forever, and it was a callback, and it was everything that everybody wanted. And who knows if it's contracts? We don't know.
I think the only possibility I could think is if Harrison Ford had it in his contract that they all don't appear together in the same frame.
Yeah, but that would shock me because that man is softened so much. It would shock me that that would be a thing.
Right, but he wants to be remembered by other films and not, you know what I mean?
No, yeah, I think he hates that he's in Star Wars.
But how do you? I mean, people would have gone and saw the movie 10 times if they had one scene.
And everybody.
It was just wrong to use them as bait and then kind of pee on the older fans because we're the ones that have been buying everything for the past 40 years. Why would you want to upset the fan base? And then this whole thing online started, and I'm not going to get, there's the negative team, and the light side and the dark side of the Star Wars people.
Yeah, but that's everything now. It's too easy to comment on things and create a narrative.
Oh, it's ridiculous. So I'm not, hopping on the bandwagon, but holy shit, did they screw that up?
A little bit. Paquito.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's get into it.
I'm ready. Too many notes.
Right.
Luke Skywalker has vanished. In his absence, the sinister First Order has risen from the ashes of the Empire and will not rest until Skywalker, the last Jedi, has been destroyed. With the support of the Republic, General Leia Organa leads a brave resistance. She is desperate to find her brother Luke and gain his help in restoring peace and justice to the galaxy. Leia has sent her most daring pilot on a secret mission to Jakku, where an old ally has discovered a clue to Luke's whereabouts. I don't get where Snoke comes from.
Um, in all caps, the only all caps I have is who the hell is Snoke?
What? Yeah, out of nowhere, nothing's explained. You know, like it wasn't in any of the prequel animations, any of the extras, or you know, comics up to that point. Just he appears out of nowhere. Who trained him? Does he have the Force? Is he a warlock? Is he one of the witches? Is he, what is going on?
And we have no idea, and we'll continue to have no idea. I don't get it. It feels like it's easy to give a short backstory for somebody, and we got nothing on him, not a single thing.
I mean, the only thing after watching just from some of the colors used, maybe he's from another galaxy, because he's supposed to be way out from the outer rim, because that's why he wasn't around supposedly. But
sure,
I don't. Is Kylo Ren Sith?
Some new faction?
Or I know he's First Order, but I know these are.
We didn't get that.
Yeah, there's a lot of ambiguity.
Yeah, very much so. Like assumptions. They're saying like, it's just another guy that we're introducing, kind of like we did before. But
right,
I don't know. At this point, we've got
was just going hot potato, hot potato, hot potato.
Right. I mean, we had 6 movies before this, so it's easy to be like, all right, people like this, people don't like that.
This was, this movie, I have to say, was they almost cookie cuttered a bunch of scenes. It was pretty much, hey, here's a new version of it. Hey, here's the new version of the same thing.
Yeah, you should like it because we're giving it to you.
Yeah. There was a lot of fan service in the wrong way.
Yeah.
Maybe, in my opinion.
No,
I still love the characters,
Yeah, I think everybody got their progression in some capacity.
Yeah. So the ship enters the frame at the first shot of the movie, but this time it's in silhouette and it's blocking out a moon, which it wasn't as powerful visually as a bright ship coming right overhead, but I'm not bashing it. It was an interesting choice.
Yeah.
Silhouette of the destroyer eventually blocks the moon as trooper carriers head down to the planet, and we see BB-8 for the first time.
I like BB-8.
At first, I was annoyed when it first came out for about 3 days, and then I learned how, what was made and how I'm okay. It's cool.
Yeah, I'm fine with BB-8. I think it's a fun, not Jar Jar ad. It fits ad.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
Yeah,
it seemed like it was like the baby of R2-D2.
Right. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel as they did with Jar Jar.
Right. Annie. Uh-huh. So Poe Dameron is given something from what was the character he played? The old gentleman. He's like down at the camp, the rebel camp, and he gives Poe Dameron,
like the town elder. I don't know how else to
I don't know if he was connected with the Force or what, but anyway, so the troopers fly in. Poe tells him he has to hide. Stormtroopers unload from carriers, just decimating the camp. Just like we've never seen stormtroopers this brutal on film.
Straight up genocide. It's like that's
actually hitting their targets, number one.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the first for the series. They have improved their targeting system.
Yeah, they adjusted their sights. But yeah, they just wiped out that town. Yeah, so Poe's ship is damaged as he watches the camp get slaughtered, and Poe gives BB-8 the heads up and tell him to flee, and then a trooper shot down, and basically the blood gets on another trooper's hand as he gets slaughtered, and he he basically takes his hand and puts it down, a la Native American,
Yeah.
puts it down a trooper's face, and then that's the first time we actually saw a trooper react
To
and
anything.
to anything, and then it goes into a big PTSD episode.
Yep.
And it goes into full PTSD event. Then Kylo Ren appears and quickly kills the Elder. Poe tries to blast him as Kylo. I thought that was pretty cool.
It was a great entrance for your villain. Kylo got a very good entrance, like very, very good.
Yeah,
as far as
despite
I'm concerned.
the horrible mask.
Yeah,
It was like Darth Vader light,
no, I'm not a fan.
like from like Long Island iced tea to like Crystal Light. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Holy
it was. I don't think I get that, but
I would have accepted if you used half of the mask and then built onto it a new,
sure.
he should have. I would have been even better off if he had a new Vader mask.
Yeah, I still
That would
don't
make
even.
sense psychologically.
I still don't get the need for the mask. Personally, like we've now been given, someone who didn't have a mask in Darth Maul. Like we
Yeah.
don't. Everybody who doesn't need a mask.
Well, the First Order all have masks, so Kylo comes for the First Order.
Yeah, I just don't think it. Whatever, it's fine. It is what it is. I just didn't. I didn't love it.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the mask at all. Yeah, did not. Then Captain Phasma asks the villagers, kill them all, is the order that's given from Kylo Ren. Now,
And
Captain
they hit everybody just fine.
So Captain Phasma, my friend plays her in animated and Lego movies.
Cool.
Yeah. So shout out to Ellen. What's happening? Kylo looks to Finn like there's some kind of force some kind of force thing happening there. And as he's still in shock, But BB-8 cruises through the desert. Finn is struggling. First time we see troopers take a helmet off. That was surprising.
So it's got to be like some new version of the clones, like more.
Well, they were more kidnapped or enslaved rather than cloned.
Right. Yeah, I guess that makes more sense. I mean, the first first iteration of Stormtrooper obviously is a straight up Boba Fett's dad clone.
Yeah.
And then we move through, and they're much more disciplined in 3 through 6.
Yeah.
Or 3 through 6. They're very disciplined, and then all of a sudden now it's like, some personality exists, which is kind of cool. I like the progression of like you've got this, and we move to this. I think that's solid.
Right, because for the longest time when I was a kid, I thought that stormtroopers were robots.
Right.
Because you never knew who was in it. Then they made up the second trilogy. Like, oh, okay.
Right.
Well, at least, Boba Fett could fire a weapon and hit something. Not that I'm being specific, but let's see. Oh, then we see a face with goggles appear, which kind of gives kind of freaks you out at first, and it's there we go. And of course it's our heroine, Rey. Like I said, I'm not a fan of this. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Yeah, no, not for me either.
It's like a ball cup thing on his face with something.
Yeah, it kind of does look like a cup. I didn't think about that before. Yeah, it does.
But holy moly. But okay. So Rey slides down the sand hill from a crash destroyer, which is pretty cool. She's scrapping.
It's also a great debut for her. I think it's a fun. We see the fallen Empire, and then we get more like, oh yeah, all these ships crash somewhere, someplace. People are trying to make a living or just live off of them. I like that. I
Right.
thought that was super cool.
And then she hops on her motor speeder, which is kind of half Luke and half Anakin.
Yeah,
You know,
that's fair.
they look like it literally they could have sand speeder in half and put it on its side.
I like that. I didn't even think about that. That's very good.
Then we see Jawa's mechanical face, which surprised me. I think they should make the character look even more. I think they should make it look fierce looking.
Yeah, that's good.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
But not mechanical. So she gets a quarter portion from you know who that guy is who played the scrapper dealer?
I do not.
He plays Scotty in Star Trek.
Oh, Shaun of the Dead guy.
Yeah. Exactly. See, now
Can't think
you
of his
know
name.
how it feels to get older. We're both like, yeah, that guy from The Thing. Yeah, with the beer drinking and the zombies. Yeah, that guy with The Thing. Hilarious.
This is not the actor you're looking for.
Yeah. This is not the actor you're looking for. But so Ray saves BB-8 from the fellow scrapper who offered her 60 portions. At first, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Portions of what? Then I realized, oh, it's food. Okay, and then when it's 60 portions, that's that's a month worth of food right there.
Yeah, that's a pretty good deal.
But yeah, BB-8 is obviously R2's replacement. So anyway, Ray saves BB. She won't trade BB in. She feels bad, and she fixes his antenna and tells her to be on his way. But obviously, they were destined. They were destined to be friends. Poe's being tortured, a la Leia, with the black floaty thing, Swiss knife thing going on as Kalo tries his mind tricks and mental assault using the dark side of the Force. Yeah, what's with the torture? See, that's what never made sense with Vader or Kylo Ren. You don't need a torture mechanism.
You, in theory, should not. Correct. They should be able to get everything out that they need just by literally the wave of a hand or
Right.
whatever. Workplace violence again.
Yeah. Exactly. Anyway, yeah, mental assault, da 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 da. Oh, so then she finds some better shit this time when she's out, and he offers her a half portion. He's getting really anyway, so they try, basically he wants to steal BB-8. And of course, ruckus ensues and they save him, but Finn grabs Poe and says he's going to help him escape. Back to the other thing, and Finn chooses the right thing to do.
I like Finn. I like Finn
too. I was bummed that they didn't, I understand why he was pissed off because I was expecting him to be a full-fledged, by movie 3 and, be like one of the new leaders of the Jedi.
I think they screwed up there. But
Totally.
Well,
and there's some
it's down the list on my notes. It's coming, I promise.
Going on with China and what can appear and what cannot appear on their posters according to content of people's dermis and epidermis. Anyway, so I'm not a fan of the updated troops design. It's too glossy. Everything, it's too glossy.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know what I mean?
I didn't have a big problem with it. I mean, it still fits the universe. It's still...
Yeah, but that was just for fucking... That was for new toys.
That was for fun.
It was for toys.
Yeah.
And then General Hux is a putz. And he's alerted at the escape attempt. I put the putz in there myself. I put the P in putz. Poe asks, what's your name? He gives him a number because he's only been a number. Kind of a flashback to TH 1138, 1158. Names him Finn, which is another term for a $5 bill. They said he has to go back to Jakku to retrieve one of the androids, and he spills the beans really quickly. Oh, you must not be a spy. I've known you for 5 seconds. Here's the whole plan for the fucking resistance.
It did happen.
Get a room. But I just thought that was funny. Like, Poe's supposed to be the, he's the Han Solo of the deal. You know what I mean? So I think it's weird. I don't think they knew what to do with Finn.
No, I don't. I think that it was, number one, written poorly. The thing is, it started off great, and then from there,
yeah, like boom.
And I don't get that.
Right out of the bat, you root for this new Star Wars character. But
I don't get
who
it.
knows? Like, with as many cooks are in that kitchen, dude, it's like unbelievable. Who knows how many cuts there were of these movies? Probably, hundreds.
I agree.
Finn goes to get Poe out of the fighter after they crashed, and of course, it's sucked into a Sarlacc pit and spit out. So he thinks that, or the audience thinks at this point, spoilers, that Poe's dead. From the crash or whatever, and then getting sucked into the. So then Snoke is mentioned. Mentioned. What the hell is that word? Like menstruation and mention? Have I mentioned?
I don't know. You said
Snoke is mentioned as they argue with Hux. Yeah, I don't fucking say something before we introduce him.
Yeah, we didn't get any of that.
Big imposing figure that everyone's scared of that no one knows nothing about, dude.
We got nothing on the backstory.
But did you hear that?
Yeah, we got nothing on the backstory.
Yeah, nothing at all. Like that would have made sense to do like movie 2 and 3, and then you give a little story in the first one. I don't know. Maybe have Luke Skywalker in it.
Would check out.
And you don't need a digital wiggity woo. You could have had an analog human.
Yeah, I agree.
Telling a story.
Well, that's the thing, I'll say about Marvel. Like, Marvel does stuff that's like a random shot in between movies that I think matters. So, like, if you watch, they've got a ton of like Marvel shorts.
Oh yeah.
And it's great because it gives you like a little bit of context to go into something else and be like, okay, this is kind of where they fit. I think this is where they fit, but now I got a little more context. They could have easily done that with this.
Right, just like with the just like the comic books, they put 4 pages in. Hey, this is the story, connective tissue, or a little tidbit that will make sense. But no.
Nope. We didn't get that.
So BB and Rey talk as Finn looks on before he gets his ass kicked from Rey. And then Finn, of course, gets the jacket. Okay, wait. Yeah, so basically Finn gets his ass kicked with one swoop from Rey because he's got the jacket from Poe that BB-8 recognizes.
Was stolen, yes.
And then Rey asks about the resistance, and he informs him of Poe's death. Bullshits his way through it, mentions Luke Skywalker. Rey says, thought he was a myth. So, I'm from the resistance.
Which is fun.
That was a fun scene, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're good. They have good chemistry on screen, too.
Very good.
So a lot of that was, wasted. You know what I mean? I wear black. I have to talk like this. I don't get it. I don't get it. So then they make their escape onto a mothballed Millennium Falcon.
I hate
In the
the Falcon was.
coincidence. What a coinky dink.
Yeah, I really don't love that it was just sitting there for God knows how long. Like I understand that's how you prolong a story. Just like I don't know, maybe don't even take away the Falcon from them. Like let them have the Falcon and have their adventures. I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, I have several theories.
What? Let's hear them.
Okay. I think originally I thought like when this is happening and like okay, there's a reason for Millennium Falcon there. He didn't see the parents. Maybe they were hiding her, a la Leia and Luke. You know, just in case the kid, you know, if the male was more prone to turn evil, they would be better off looking out
Yeah.
for him, having him randomly out there, and then have her out there making her way, blah blah blah, and or Poe is the brother of Kylo Ren because there's like a weird connection with him and Leia
Yeah,
that was
I agree.
beyond a normal thing. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
that
I
would
agree.
make sense, and that was just like taken out of the story
I mean,
because he could be, you know, his older brother.
that's fair. I didn't think of it from that angle. Um,
Or a brother from another mother.
that would fit a little bit more as far as I see. But yeah,
And
fair.
that's why Han and Leia split because he found out he had another kid. He brought him in. Boom, boom, boom. There you go.
Interesting.
You know, I don't know. I didn't want to see Leia kiss her son. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jesus, Craig, calm down with that stuff already. It was kind of like a weird, you know, little. But Ray shows her talent as a pilot. Like how you like flying in space is different than doing a speeder on a desert planet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, said person has never been flying in space
But it's
before, and now all of a sudden,
yeah, brilliant pilot, but no one's ever ready.
a la Luke.
Yeah, a la Luke, a la Anakin.
Yeah,
You know, so there's a cool sequence with fighters as they fly through the old destroyer and make their way off the planet. That was really fun because it was back to like flying through the meteor crater with the snake and all that. You know,
it's a very good visual scene.
for sure. Okay. So the fighter updates Kylo Ren about the escape. Kylo Ren loses his shit and destroys the council with the bullshit lightsaber. Dude, okay. Bullshit lightsaber.
I don't hate it.
Dude, I was so disappointed.
Why?
Like, dude, save that for like the 1,000 year ago bullshit. Don't, you know.
You think the technology went backwards, and that's why? Okay, that's fair.
Absolutely. That's not controlled. You know, they're very controlled and precise. You know what I mean?
Interesting. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, you're right. He
And
kind of.
it's a danger to the person wielding it.
So, I mean, I was under the impression, this is just me, that you get to kind of like design and pick your own lightsaber. So maybe that's just.
Yeah, but
he is dangerous and out of control, and
think
that's why
this
he
will-
wanted it.
yeah, but I think this was beyond his purview to give him this one. You know what I
His
mean?
realm of wielding.
Yeah. You know, meanwhile, so here we go. Do. Little Luke action. And of course, that is a great design. That is a practical robot too,
Yeah, it's fun.
which is cool. And then you know, you might have missed this part real quick. Oh, wrong movie.
That was a fun one, man.
Yeah, look, like that was great. You know, he was, yeah. It's such a waste of a character. Not a
A
waste
little
of
bit.
a character. They wasted. He could have done so much more in the story. Is what I mean.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
correct.
And he was there and willing and ready, and you know, and they just kind of didn't. But yeah, Kylo losing his shit. You know, Okay, that's the Anakin and Luke.
Very much so.
You know,
The teenager, as they write so well.
yeah. But that was almost like overacting.
A little bit.
You know what I mean? Then the tractor beam locks onto the Falcon, of course, and you think they're being taken into a bad guy ship, like
Mhm.
First Order, or so or so you think. And then enter Han and Chewie.
That was so fun. I remember that was I think that was the loudest the theater got. Probably the loudest the theater got was that moment.
Oh yeah, people lost their shit.
Yes,
But see,
very
like
much so.
that shot, they could have had 5 more like it, and it wouldn't have
Yeah.
been just bogus. Or just having it be, because no one can come through a doorway like Han Solo with the blaster, And then the Kessel Run joke. Oh, in 14 parts, it's 12. It's 12 parsecs. Why does everyone always think it's 14?
Yeah, I love that. The 12 parsecs is too fun.
Yeah, grumpy old Han. But
He is pretty grumpy.
yeah, Han wants to dump them off on some planet. Then they ask for help, and Han. Oh, I can't read my writing.
I don't know, Vince.
Okay,
all I have is after Han and Chewie home. I said, "Who the hell is Snoke?" That's where it falls in the line of things.
right.
Then on my next one is Rey seeing green. Outside of that, I don't know that the rest. Well, Darth Vader mask is coming.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they want to. They ask him if they're. Han's going to drop him off at some planet, and they ask for help. Han brushes it off until he hears about the Luke Skywalker map, which makes him stop in his tracks. Others board the ship. Time to kick ass, Star Wars style. Chewie and Han have a moment only they can have.
It's such a fun, unique. Those two are so fun.
Yeah. Like, I wish we would have gotten a Han Solo movie after Star Wars when I was a kid. Like, just the adventures of Chewie and Han,
So great. I agree.
Han and Chewie greet the boarders. Han still owes people money or, didn't deliver on something.
Shocker.
Second party orders now. The second party boards as well, and now they also want money from him, and now there's a quote-unquote Mexican standoff. And, of course, he's like, I got a bad feeling about this. That was going to come around.
That was fun.
A lot of recycled lines, but
That's okay.
Yeah, that was good. So Rey and Finn let loose on the monsters on board, and then wind up cutting the monster's arms off. Not a person's arm off, but a monster's arm. They still got it.
We got clever.
They got an appendage. Chewie gets hit by a blaster.
That was different. It was cool though.
Yeah, because I mean, he's huge. Of course, he's going to get hit occasionally.
Right.
But it was like, everyone loves Chewbacca. You know what I mean? But and then Han takes his crossbow blaster and saves his buddy, and he's like, "Hey, I like this." Like, he was a fan, and it was weird to see Han with Chewie's gun. It's so iconic that, you know what I mean?
It worked. It worked real well.
Oh, absolutely. Then Han tells Finn and Rey to hang on back there. Finn finds the Jedi training ball, and he throws it over his shoulder like they did with Luke and the saber that's coming up that I'll get to. Next movie. Sorry, spoilers. Snoke shows up as a giant hologram. Supreme leader. Of what? Where's the Senate? Where's the... I thought... I don't know.
I don't know either.
So everything's still in disarray, I guess.
There's been an awakening.
He tells him as Solo. What? Sorry, like there was two dings off, and it threw me off what I was reading. Solo has Doro meaning that means nothing to me. I don't know. Han thanks Finn. He leans on the chess table, and it animates. And let's see. Han sees partial map from where he says, Luke walked away from everything. Uh-huh. It's true. The Force, the Jedi, all of it.
Yeah,
But-
that's a sad scene.
Yeah. So he's going to see an old friend, and that's Mos Cantana. See, I'm thinking of the cantina, Mos Eisley Cantina, but it's Mos Kanata.
Kanata, yes.
Her watering hole for the past 1,000 years. Kylo talks about the pull to the light as he speaks to Vader's melted helmet.
I love it.
That was a cool scene.
It was a very good. That's like, if we're looking for fanboy moments, we've had a bajillion chances, and they gave that one, which is great,
Yeah.
but we could have given much more.
Yeah, this was concept art, and this is one of the alternate designs for Kylo Ren.
Well, I would rather have that.
Right. They're like, oh, he probably looks too much like Doom.
That's fair. Yeah, I could see a lot of. That's fair.
Yeah, but that, like, they could have he could have done something very similar to Vader, and people would have bought it hook, line, and sinker.
People would buy anything.
Right. Even Jar Jar Binks action figure.
Yeah, I know where he is now, by the way. So maybe I'll bring him out for the next week one.
So they're gonna go see an old friend. They run into Mos Cantina. Mos says she's lived so long, she's seen the same eyes in many different people over the ages. Finn spills the beans. Dude, everyone's like in this movie. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's like, are you guys soldiers or not? Like, Anyway, so Rey, of course, walks through the building, and all of a sudden she finds herself in the catacombs, and she just happens to find Luke's lightsaber. And then when she touches it, she sees the A hallway for Anakin, and then a tunnel, the A Anakin tunnel, and then Luke is there with his mechanical hand on R2, and then Rey. There's a girl yelling, "Come back!" So like, there's a lot of weird shit that there's like no buildup.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's kind of weird. Okay, so anyway, they run into Kylo before falling back on the floor. The First Order Nazi briefing room in the square or whatever. It just looks like World War II.
Very much so.
The test weapon seeks to destroy an entire planetary system. Same shit, different year.
Yeah.
Split laser beams, dude. Come on.
I know it is literally yet again another Death Star.
Right. Finn is given Luke's lightsaber, which doesn't make sense initially.
Well, correct.
Kylo Ren walks into the ruins after they tell him the girl Rey is waiting, is making way through the forest. They keep on saying the girl. Okay.
Yeah, I guess I didn't realize that. They did say that a lot.
Han takes out Chewie's blaster again and starts he blowing up stormtroopers. He's like, I like this thing.
That was fun.
Yeah. He's always good, and it's good to see him and Chewie on screen together again. Finn fights against the laser bow staff thingy with the new trooper, which that was just to sell toys, or there's really no. It's a bad battlefield weapon.
Right.
It doesn't work. I don't get it. But Han saves Finn and asks, "You okay, big deal?" When Finn's like, "Yeah, I'm with the Resistance. I'm kind of a big deal," and then he's like, "Oh, you okay, big deal?" I thought that was hilarious. And I like the new X-wing designs. I really like the new X-wing.
I do too. I think once again they did ships pretty well.
Yeah,
Nothing in it was I was like, eh.
but anyway, Poe leads the way to save our heroes. Kylo finds Rey, the girl I've heard so much about. Han sees his son, takes Rey aboard his ship. So he sees, so Han sees Kylo carrying Rey aboard Kylo's ship, and he takes off. And then a shuttle lands, and Han is anxiously looking for someone. And of course,
we get it.
We get our princess.
I love that scene.
Oh, dude, I totally cried.
It was awesome.
Because I'm like,
Everything
oh
about
man,
it.
fucking she passed away. You know what I mean? But just to see her, you know what I mean? It's like
it's great.
Such a great writer, man. Hilarious speaker. But yeah, so our lovely Leia, and I said teared up.
What if her 30 Rock episode is one of my favorites of that entire series? If you watch 30 Rock,
I'll have to see that.
Oh my god, it's so Tina Fey and her are just going back and forth like different era, like in a good way. Different era writers. It's so funny. She's so funny.
I'll watch it for sure. C-3PO butts in, of course, like he did in the I love or the when they first were about to kiss, and then oh sir.
Watching with subtitles is funny because the 3PO becomes much more relevant now. It's just 3PO versus
3PO. 3PO.
Yes. Everybody just yells 3PO. It's great.
Yeah, it's always getting yelled at.
Oh my god.
Chewie hugs Leia. So we get that scene, and of course, it's weird what pictures. Anyway, what pictures they'll let you. Here. So I had to do this one because I couldn't find a new one that they'd let me download, but it's weird. Anyway. I really like the new X-Wing fighters. Poe and Finn embrace. Finn not. What? Anyway, Chewie gets worked on by the medic. Dude, I love this fucking scene.
What, when he's getting worked on?
That must have been scary. Oh, you must be so brave. Yeah, well, you know.
I love
Dude, I watched that 3 times. I'm like,
I love that so much.
Oh my god. Chewie. Yeah, we never got enough of
at least we got his background a wee bit. We know he has other Wookiees, so we know that much. Would a Chewbacca movie work? Probably not. Would a 3-episode short on Disney Plus work for Chewbacca?
Oh, I think a Chewbacca movie would work.
I think a 3-episode.
Everyone loves Chewbacca.
Yeah, I get it, but I don't know how much you're going to get out of the main character not being able to say any words.
Have you watched Boba Fett?
I have. I need to rewatch it because I watched it like
have you watched
the weeks apart. Yes.
So you've seen the other Wookiee?
Yes.
That guy's badass. He did a really good job.
I'm gonna need to watch them. Like, okay, today's Saturday. I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Like that's what I need to do to rewatch.
Right. So the Battle of the Wills is Kylo can't breathe. It's like, oh, you're not as strong as Darth Vader. As Snoke's got, what a dick.
Yeah, that's. They always hold each other against each other like that. It's like they.
Yeah, and then it's
annoying.
Snoke, Kylo, and Hex. The Medai giant. Rey does the Jedi mind trick. Oh, you must let me go.
her first
weapon.
real one of those. Great.
Yeah. Then Kylo Ren loses his shit again, part D. Uh-huh. Round table with talking about the Star Killer base in a military briefing. That was cool, the 3D thing there.
Very cool.
The military, but Star Killer was actually, it was supposed to be Luke Starkiller
Okay.
originally. So there's the effort. Oh, and the other note I saw before there, that one of the first things they say is about Captain Kennedy. It's like, you know what? You need to step down from Lucasfilm, Kennedy. Quit ruining our shit. First thing is the props to her. Get the fuck out. She's great at what she does. Don't get me wrong. She's a very well
Respected.
maybe not as much now, but a very what the hell's the word? Successful producer.
Okay.
But doesn't mean you can run a film studio. Anyway. Han Lee so Han goes onto the planet where Kylo is as he senses him. He senses his dad. Phasma, totally wasted character, by the way. Like, they built up this character and built up the chick from the Game of Thrones, and everyone loved her in the Game of Thrones, and
boom. I know. I agree.
90 seconds of screen time?
Yeah.
Like, it was one of the most interesting visual character, way more interesting than Kylo Ren to look at.
I agree.
And just wasted. I don't get. Definitely this movie was made by committee.
I agree with that. I think there was like, we're going to try this, we're going to try that, and a lot of it didn't work.
Right. And then Han asked, "Hey, is there a garbage chute or a trash compactor?"
I enjoyed that.
He's still bitter about that moment, They find Rey, escape now. Han and Chewie are on the blow. Okay. Han confronts Kylo Ren. So Han and Chewie. So basically, all our heroes are in the same room.
Right.
They're finally gonna be in the same room. So it's a la Obi-Wan Kenobi gets struck down by Darth Vader, and I'll be stronger than you can ever imagine.
Very much like that. I agree.
And Kylo Ren takes out one of the best film heroes in film history like a bitch. And falls to the heavenly clouds. So hopefully in Star Wars, if you fall, you don't die. But
I think that this is the exception to the rule, Vince.
Leia senses Han's death. I just thought, well, are you kidding me? That's how they killed him. Great acting scene. I want to act in my way out in my death scene.
Right.
I get it, but like, really?
The Chewie gut cry was the one that got it.
Oh. And then Chewbacca just went and kicked some serious ass. That was cool to see,
It was good.
Yeah, it says Chewie shoots that fuck and then goes out all badass.
I agree.
He was like right on top of it. Soon, boom, spear. Finn and Rey leave base and run into Kylo Ren. Kylo keeps beating his chest. What is he doing? Is he trying to hype himself up?
I don't know.
What's the self-flagellation thing that's going on there?
I didn't love that.
I didn't understand it. You know what I mean? Like, what? Okay. So it wasn't just me?
No, I didn't love it. Yeah.
Finn, with no training, cuts Kylo's arm, and Snoke's gonna give him shit about it later. Finn gets fucked up, tries for his lightsaber in the grass, a la Luke on Planet Hoth, and it goes right past him into the hands of Rey. I thought that was a really cool shot. You know it's coming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was definitely same angle, same same lightsaber, of course, in the snow.
Cool. It
Yeah.
was a cool callback. Cool.
Then
But
of
hey,
course,
Finn was in sanitation. Let's not forget that.
right? They made him a janitor. Dogfight in space, which Star Wars always does well. I mean, there's never a bad Star Wars dogfight.
I agree with that.
I mean, they're always exciting. That's where they get to play. Then Rey and Kylo destroy forest, a whole forest as they're fighting.
Very much so. Yes.
Kylo now has three saber injuries. Oh, now 4 with one across his face. How do you get hit with the lightsaber 4 times?
And be the king of your side. Like, yeah, I agree. It's
Right.
wild.
Yeah. A divide
It's-
literally separates Rey and Kylo Ren, and the planet killer starts to implode. Like literally, they put a
They need new engineers. That's all I got.
yeah, because they don't have a Ilano Muscario or whatever. But Leia sees herself and feels Han. Oh, okay. Wait. Sorry, dude. I wrote these. I was like, did a marathon today, so my writing isn't very clear. Leia sees herself and feels Han Kylo in herself. Chewie's grieving, moaning, which turns R2D2 on and out of power mode.
Right. And we got some Carrie as a goddess in there. Like,
Yeah.
she's so good. God.
Yeah, so Leia is also grieving, and C-3PO delivers good news. Map is now complete. And then C-3PO says, "My dear friend, how I've missed you." Then Rey takes off to find Luke on his Isle of Green. Luke turns. So she's walking up, and Luke turns around, takes his hood off, as Roy hands him the lightsaber, and it cuts to black. What the fuck? Dude,
Yeah,
I was so fucking pissed off when I was in the theater, and it's what? Like, I kept on looking. I'm like, dude, how long's this movie? Where's Luke? I'm like, how long's this movie? Where's Luke? You know, I've been waiting 40 years or whatever, 35, whatever the fuck it was, since 1978 to see Luke's, or whatever.
We got teased a little bit on that one. See, I was okay with the majority of the first movie, like minus some little plot hole things, like the Snoke thing. It's more than a little plot hole to me. We got a new big villain, but for the rest, I don't know. Yes, the fan service thing sucked. I wanted more of that. I needed more of that. There was no reason to not have that.
Right.
Even if it was just 4 of them, like R2, C3PO, or 3PO, excuse me, Han Solo, and our princess. Like, I would have been in for all that. Admiral, I should say. I think what is she now? I think General. Excuse me, General Ortega. That would have been fine. Like, I wanted all of that on the Falcon. That's what I needed. And Chewie, 5. Yeah, so they could have done all 5, minus Luke.
Yeah. It just, what a waste of of movie capital. That was the
I agree.
right there.
I agree.
And maybe did they not want to overtake that shot? I don't know, but
But you could have that and something else.
Yeah, I just think it's one of the worst decisions ever made in film history. Like, what a misstep.
I would say it's up there. I agree.
I mean, it would have made 5 times the amount of money if Luke was in there for at least 10 minutes. Like, I don't get what, that was,
Yeah, I mean, it's not like Mark Hamill wasn't into it.
what's that?
I said it's not like Mark Hamill was not into
Right.
it.
He was ready and willing and been when waiting. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then for, Jar Jar Abrams to, freak out and not want that responsibility of dealing with Luke, and he puts him in one shot. That's worse.
Yeah. I agree. It sucks.
What, dude? If I was Mark Hamill, I wouldn't be able to sleep. Well, I guess the paycheck helps, but
I'm sure he got enough money just from that one.
oh,
movie.
dude, yeah, because he's been, he's, unbelievable.
He's done it. The voice acting is he loves that.
Oh, totally. Oh, well, but I mean, I like the movie. I wish more Luke was in it. Like,
I agree.
it was nice to see Star Wars back on the screen again after so long.
I agree.
And I like this better than the prequels.
I don't like it better than 3.
Okay, that's fair.
So if we're like
3 was good though. I'm with you. I agree. That makes sense. Just because they got
the hard part though is I don't know, like it's because 7, in my opinion,
the dirt
is the
back.
7 is the best of 8 and 9. So
Right.
it's hard for me to sit here and say like it's like 3 and 7 are 1A, 1B for me as far as like down the list a little bit. Like I can't. There's good things about both of them. There's redeeming qualities about both of them. So overall, I think it's fine.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was just glad I was glad to see Chewie back on screen, Princess Leia, Luke, even though it was for a second. All those.
I agree.
It was great to see the Millennium Falcon flying through the skies, causing troubles.
I agree.
And I just don't understand the Snoke thing, but
I don't either.
it's not up to us.
It is indeed not.
Right. So that was The Force Awakens, or The Farce Awakens, as I called it when it came out. But I mean, on the whole, I like the movie.
Yeah,
I just
agree.
had personal issues with it, and hey, the kids liked it, so.
Well, hey, we're about to we're gonna jump into 8 next week, so can't wait.
Absolutely. Well, that's another edition of Sci-Fi here with V and Brian. We'll see you guys next week, and may the fun be with you. Later,
Bye,
guys.
guys.